Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Alain. Appreciate everybody that joins. Appreciate everybody that watches the replay. So thank you to everyone. Continue to comment, share, like, listen to the audio on the podcast and share those around. Numbers keep going up, and I appreciate all of you. You know, I'm here with my University of Pennsylvania mug, or one of them. Sort of a cool mug I got from my daughter as she's attending there. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the protests that are going on at many campuses across the United States. Before I do that, I want to say good morning to Jay and Vicky. Appreciate you guys being here. Jay, it was your birthday yesterday. I hope you had a fantastic birthday. Let's talk a little bit about the protests. And I'm not going to talk about the why or the who and the politics about it. I want to talk a little bit more about safety. And the advice I gave my daughter at the University of Pennsylvania: stay clear, don't go near. That's the bottom line. She has too much going for her. I mean, at one of the most prestigious schools in the country, if not the world, when you look at Wharton Business School's ranking, fantastic things she's doing. She doesn't need to get mixed up in violence and arrests and all that stuff that goes on with those. And I'm not telling people that you should curb your free speech or things that you believe in. However, crimes are being committed. I mean, I got an email from the University of Pennsylvania talking about crimes that were being committed by some of these groups, terrible vandalism and different things. And then police come in and start arresting people and different stuff going on. We see that on the news. No good can come of that, of being around that. And I don't want my daughter involved in any of that, because violence can erupt so unexpectedly and quickly. Now, when I say unexpectedly, that's for people that don't know what's going on and don't know the signs of the violence. For those of us that study that, we can see things going south and get to safety. But for many people, my daughter included, who hasn't had years of being involved with potentially and actual violent situations, she may not recognize it as quickly as she needs to get out of there before something bad happens. So the best thing she can do is steer clear and stay away entirely. Focus on the good things that she's doing and not get sucked into something that could turn violent and could be worse. I mean, people get trampled, people get seriously hurt, people get killed in these kind of mobs and protests that turn violent. I don't want that for my daughter. I don't want that for any students. I wish it wasn't going on. You know, peaceful protest, part of our culture and part of our history. Unfortunately, violent protests are also a part of culture and history. And I don't want my daughter involved in the violence. And if you have kids, or you personally are at a university, steer clear and stay away from the violence is going to be the surest way to keep yourself safe. I want to say good morning to Dixon. Catchy rhyme as well as great advice. Thank you, Dixon. Jay says great advice. Thank you, Jay. Bottom line, that is the easiest way to keep yourself safe when we're talking about mob scenarios. Now, maybe later this week, I'll give some actual tips and we'll talk about if you find yourself in a mob that's turning violent, things that you can do. But today, I want to reinforce: don't go near, stay clear, and that will keep you safe. And that's what I told my daughter. And of course, she texted back, I know. I hope she pays attention. That's what you should tell your students if they're at a university. That's what you should do if you yourself are at a university. There are other ways you can make your voice heard and different things that you believe in than being part of a mob that could turn violent. And we've seen it. We've seen it on TV, and we've seen when law enforcement come in, and we've seen the clashes going on. You know, the news will always show the worst, but don't want any part of that. I don't want my daughter near any part of that, because it only takes a split second for something to go really bad and for somebody to get seriously hurt. You got a mob like that, the police show up, these people start running, person gets knocked down and trampled, seriously hurt and or killed. We've seen it happen countless times when these kind of mobs happen and people get hurt and killed. Getting trampled is just one of the ways. Get knocked down and smack your head on something, now you're in the hospital or worse. Those things happen. Don't want my daughter near it. You don't want your students near it. If you're a student, you don't want to be near it. You have too many good things going on. Take care of your studies. Take care of the things that are positive. Get your degree. Follow those dreams, the reason you're at the university in the first place. If there are important issues that you want to make a stand on, there are better ways to make a stand and communicate than being part of a mob that are committing crimes. We've seen the crimes being committed, vandalism and such, and then law enforcement coming in and then potentially getting violent. That's what I wanted to share today. Appreciate everybody that listens. Appreciate those that show up and comment. Get the newsletter. Went out last night, had some good stuff. EnjoyLifeSafely.com. If you missed that newsletter, you might miss something that could change and help you make your life better, because that's what the information's for. Take care, everybody. Make it a marvelous Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.